a little something, just a little something, learning a little something. We're talking about the 4 agreements, and today we're really looking at the word. So didn't read my chapter as I am having issues reading, which sucks because I suggest you Audible it. I listen to mine on Audible. It really does help. Good morning, Mr. Shane. How are you? Those are my birthday flowers. Aren't they beautiful? I feel very spoiled. My birthday, I was very spoiled my birthday. I can tell you that. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. We're talking about the 4 agreements. You guys, I'm going to let you guys make your way in. We're just starting. Last week, we talked about the idea, the thought of the way they put it is the domestication. We talked about last Monday about being domesticated, how we were born into a planet, we were given a name, we were given a language, we were told how to be. Good afternoon, everybody. We were told how to be. And this one's a big one for me. So we're definitely, this is going to be interesting, talking about the word, how powerful the word is today. So we're going to be chatting about that. Of course, we're going to start out this mystic morning, chatting a little bit about life. So how are you guys feeling? I know there's only 17 of you guys here today. And that's beautiful. And I just want to see, how are you guys doing? How are you feeling? How is the world treating you? Overall, what would you say your sense is? Are you in a place of peace? Are you in a place of frustration? Are you in a place of anger? Are you in a place of confusion? Are you in a place of grief? Good morning. Happy Monday. I think it's sometimes really important to look and to ask, how am I doing right now? How am I doing? And am I nervous and panicky? Thank you. That has honestly been how I have been for over a week. Very nervous, very panicky, holding on to little tiny things and letting those aggravate me. Like literally like a seed underneath the bed that now feels like there's a root growing under it just because of my aggravation or frustration or confusion. Yes, the 4th was really hard for me also. Yeah, and there's going to continue. The rates, the numbers are going to go up. We're going to start really, good morning, seeing that change. And so I just wanted to check in with you guys. Good morning, and say, hey, how are you? Good afternoon to those of you. Anxiety can be rough. It can absolutely be rough. Good morning. Good. I got the job. Go figure, Marcy. Just saying. Whoop, whoop. I think that's something important to talk about. So many of us are having dreams. So many of us are having premonitions. So many of us are having seeings, are having visions. So many of us are having, so many of us are having these, what the heck am I seeing? What is this that I think's coming down the road? Now, some of that's just anxiety, right? Because we all have anxiety. And some of us, those nerves, that firing in the brain that's saying, hey, hold on a second, something's going on here. And I still don't feel comfortable. We don't have any answers. And so to pretend like we should be acting any different, I think is silly. We don't have any answers. We do know that the numbers are going up. We do know that the infection is spreading. But how are you guys feeling? I am in love, which feels like he and I stand together and anger bounces off of us. That's awesome. I feel like something bad is going to happen. It's so weird. It's not weird. I think we are so raw as a human race because of what's happened. And when the collective is raw, as a sensitive, you're going to be very raw, because we're not just raw for ourselves. We are raw for the community. As healers, we have the opportunity to help others in this time. And that is simply by opening a door for somebody, offering hand sanitizer when somebody's freaking out because they can't find theirs, offering a mask. If you have an extra mask in your car, these are things that we can do to spread a little bit of love. Now, the thing about it is I can feel it shifting. the exhaustion, depression, is really setting in. And I'm seeing it in a lot of people, and I'm seeing it come out in a lot of different ways. It'd be interesting to see the drug and alcohol sales right now. It would be interesting to see any, when it comes to literally chocolate and things that we do to cover our emotions and feelings. It would be really interesting to have that at my fingertips, because I think what I would find is that we are over medicating. Be that in drinking, drugs, pretending things aren't happening, creating our own illusion or disillusion in our minds, making shit up. And there's just so much on the horizon. And so how do you then, I'm reading, I have been spot on. I told my daughter she was fixing to get promoted, and 2 days later she got yes. So yeah, I'm seeing people behave in manners that are literally calling out to the world that we are suffering. And we all suffer. I understand that. I'm very clear that we all suffer. But we are really trying to cover up that suffering with whatever's here. Yeah. So yeah, and so that is okay. So one of the questions is, on the paranormal show, you seem to be able to walk into a space and get an emotional or a energy imprint, and that is what I do. The energy imprint right now in the world is heightened sense of danger. Heightened sense of danger, heightened sense of awareness. The thing about that is we can only carry that vibration for so long. You guys have been holding this vibration of fear and this vibration of sadness for so long that we have to understand that our bodies can't do it. So every weekend I get out. Every day I hike and I walk. That vibration, the frequency is a very hot, fast-moving energy. That's what the world feels like to me. It feels very dangerous to me too. And so, thank you. My best friend bought it for me for my birthday. The thing about an imprint of the world, the thing about reading energy, okay? The world is a very big place, and I'm having to move many variables. So that's how a reader reads, is variables. And what are the percentage on that variable? Okay, so if I have a variable of what are the chances of these two people getting together, right? I got a 50-50 chance. They are or they aren't. Well, if you're wrong as a reader, you're not being called back ever. And people talk about that. But if you are 50% right and you say, yep, they're going to get together, they do get together, they end up married, everybody's like, holy shit, you did a great job. Reading the variables for the world right now is really hard. Oh, and I will talk about sleeping medication, because I know myself, I've started taking sleeping medication because sleep is literally not happening. So it's really, really, really important that we continue to, oh, absolutely. But good morning, everybody. It's really important, I think, just to be real with yourself right now. Take inventory, be real. Do I feel depressed? Take an online survey. Like, you need to understand that we have been holding a frequency of fear for a really long time. And what happens after that is really simple. We can't hold that vibration. We cannot hold that vibration. It can't be held for too long. We get too exhausted. The 4th of July was really bad for me. It was the energy extremely high. I felt danger, but had someone mess around my house while it was just myself and my 2 kiddos home. Man, my hubby had to go to work. It was scary for us. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, the thing about it is the 4th of July, my main concern was people against people violence. And that's what I kept seeing, is it was violence in the United States. I did find out later that I was accurate. My best friend, being as amazing as she does, and my friends who are close to me will say, you were right, don't you? No, I didn't know I was right. And she's like, yeah, there was more of my dad actually, I think was my dad told me that one. My dad was like, you do realize that during the 4th of July weekend, we had more violence than we've had in months, in one day. In one day, the amount of deaths, murders was huge. And so understand that you guys are experiencing it, and the reality is it's true. It's coming true. So you're having these visions, just like I'm having these visions, and they are coming true. So I think that's important for you knowers to take note that you're doing a great job. You knowers, your feelers, you're having these sensations, you're writing them down, and then be willing to take a peek and look at where it is that your information is right. For me, we have a lot of stuff going on with water right now, and we have within the last week. Now, have we always had issues with water? Shit, I guess so. But I can only tell you that I was told very clearly to get water. And as you've seen people posting here in the tribe, we in Salem, Oregon have the bacterial bloom again. So we're not going to be able to drink our water. The water that's being pumped into our homes. There's an algae bloom that makes us really sick here in Oregon. That just got announced June 2nd. I didn't know that. People aren't being able to purchase water. I will tell you, I do feel something coming up, and I will be talking about all this one night on my Facebook page, but I do also feel something coming up with money. Money being completely depleted, like not being able to use cash anymore, just using card, things like that. I do see that's already been being said, but I see it coming to fruition really quickly. I love you, and I honor you, and I miss you. So making sure that you have water, making sure that you have food, making sure you have the necessities, standing in your truth, and taking a look at what's really going on in your life, what's working and what's not working. Guys, if it's not working, like I ate a shit ton of Doritos this weekend. I ate so many Doritos. And my body today is saying, Sarah, when you eat Doritos, you feel horrible. Like horrible. It is horrible what Doritos do to me. And I ate so many Doritos, but I didn't care, right? No cash, no coins. Yep. You're going to start seeing that more and more. Yep. So guys, we're going to flip it over. Hello, Bridget. We are going to flip it over to the 4 agreements. Please walk with me as we talk about the new chapter in the book. Hopefully you guys are being able to follow along. Don't forget this awesome book here. This is the 4 Agreement Companion book by Don Miguel Ruiz. This book is really great because it has additional questions in the back. Of course, Marcy got it for me. So it's really, 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 really cool. And it really does push you even more into healing and working with the 4 agreements. Now, we talked about the first chapter, and the first chapter is about the domestication. And so I'm just going to go over that really quick with you guys because it's important to understand. Hey, Renee, see you soon. The domestication, the idea that we are born into a planet, we're given a name, which I'm grateful. Thank you for my name, but it's gifted to me. I'm given a language. Okay, so I have to agree. This is my agreement. Here it is, my first one, the word. Okay, so it is very interesting to me as I read these books, as I read them over and over again. I don't stop reading one of their books. My room is littered with many books written by these amazing humans. Why? The domestication, for some of us, we don't understand how domesticated we truly are. We have learned to say that this is a container. A container for what? For water. This is a pen. We agree that this is a highlighter. We have all these agreements because we've been domesticated. This is a mug. Yes, Chase, not a problem. This is a mug. This is my name. We agree on this. So many agreements. So we are flooded as a small child. We are flooded, and I mean flooded with information. You come out of that womb, wow, boom, and you're in the world, and already people throwing stuff at you. Here's your name. Here's your language. By the way, I can't wait till you're 5 years old because I'm going to baptize your ass, and then I'm going to give you a religion, and I'm going to teach you if you do not stick by that religion, you're going to hell. You're going to suffer. You're going to hurt people if you don't believe the way I tell you to believe. And the reality is we swallow it all because from a baby, we have been shown this is how we live in this realm, in this dream. Do you get that? Like, we all are born of this world, born into this world, and people are telling you this is who you are. So no wonder at 5 years old or 2 years old, let's even go 2, because that's when my kids started. At 2 years old, what happens? What's the word that you learn? And all of a sudden, your soul, your spirit has a way of saying, no, you guys are doing it wrong. The word is no. The word is very much 100% no. No. The word is no. Stop trying to control me. Stop telling me this is my name and these are my agreements. Stop putting me in the corner because I will not bow to your will. Here's this little angel at 2 years old looking up at you and looks right at you and says, look, mom and dad, brother and sister, uncle and aunt get to use this word, which means no, with no, and it gives them power. And all of a sudden, the parents shit their pants. Excuse my language, but they do. They shit their pants because their kid has power now. And the power is no. No. No, you will not form your will on me. I'm 2 years old. I am a spirit of God. I have the essence of all my tribe members running through my blood in my veins. And you're telling me that this is a highlighter. And if I don't call it a highlighter, or if I have a speech impediment, I have to go to a school so that I can speak like you. I have to take a special class to speak like you so that we can all agree that this is a pin or a pen. Excuse me, my kids hate that when I do that. See, isn't that funny? I just did that. A highlighter. And so when you're 12, when your little 5-year-old says highlighter, you say, good job, that's right, highlighter. Good job, you swallowed another pill. You now have formed. We have got you. We have got you. Now we can manipulate you. So come on, little kids, let me teach you how to manipulate you. I'm going to tell you that the word, what I can do with the word can manipulate you. I can invoke emotion in you that fast. I can drive you to be the best person, and I can deplete you to nothing with my word and my tone. Is this making sense so far? So we were educated within the first minutes of our lives by the tone of people's voices, sad or happy. Which one do you want? Mean mommy? Do you want mean mommy? Or do you want nice mommy? Do you want good mommy or mean mommy? Do you want this candy bar? Then you will bend to my will. You will become what I choose you to be. And then we have the power of no. So now we're going to move into the power of the word. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So we are very much been living in this world where we have agreements, okay? And you guys and I, myself, have been listening to music, to TV, to all these things that are telling us Yeah, we all want happy mommy because then we get good things. When you do good things happen. When bad things happen, when you do bad things happen. But the problem is then your child grows up waiting to hear if they're good or bad all the time. They're waiting to find out if the decision that they made to the tribe of the universe, the tribe of our United States, agrees or not. Thus why we have the pain in the world right now. Thus why the word on Facebook, the word in the media, we are done being driven by it. We're done being driven by fear. We're done being driven. So we are freaking the fuck out because we're starting to question the rules that we were raised by. And don't you know, by the time that you're 6 years old, you have been formed into the person your parents wanted you to be, not who you are. Many of you listening today don't know who the hell you are, and this is the power behind it. You don't know what you want to be when you grow up. This is why. You don't know if you should go back to school or not. You don't know if you should take an online class. Is this a good thing for me? Is this a bad for me? It's all because you've swallowed someone else's agreement for yourself. Well, my mom always wanted me to have 2 kids, and so I had 2 kids. Awesome. Did you want 2 kids? Well, my mom didn't eat Brussels sprouts. My mom didn't eat burritos. Okay, yay. Okay. But where are your agreements? And so I think this is really important as we move forward, is looking at not only the 4 agreements, but what are your agreements with the 4 agreements? Good morning. Go deeper. You are doing what you were told to do. Well, good job. Are you happy? Well, this is how my parents did it, so this is how I do it. Okay, is it working for you? Certain psychic mediums don't do it this way. Okay, is it working for you? That's all I want to know. Because I'm going to tell you, for me, the reason I was so damn lost in my life is because I swallowed everything everyone else gave me. It was people handing me plates of food and I was just eating it because I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to matter. In all of this dizziness, I wanted to matter. People are easy to control when in fear. That is so fucking true. But that's also why they get us to this point. So it's time to question your agreements. It is time to question what beauty is to you. It is time to question what a family looks like to you. Because yes, it may have worked all these many years for these certain people, and yay for them. But if it doesn't work for you and you're trying to make it work, put it down, you guys. Put that shit down. Put it down. Yep. That's very true, Shane. It's true. But in reality, Shane, I think for me overall, like honest to God, it's understanding that I have the power now. And yes, there has to be power for change. Absolutely. Like, yes, there has to be change. There has to be movement. There has to be no more fear, stepping out of fear into action. But I think too, it's also, what the hell are we swallowing? Just because someone hands it to you on a beautiful plate, you guys, so pretty, even me, something I share with you, if I wrap it up all pretty, and I got my hair done and my makeup done and I look smart and I look fun and you guys are just eating it up. Oh yeah, Sarah knows what she's talking. Don't do that. If it does not feel right to you, put the fork down. You do not have to eat it. You do not have to participate in it. Why? The power of the word. Here we go. Let's check it out, y'all. We are looking at the power of the word. We are looking at the idea of what is this? How is it affecting us? And how is it trying to screw the man? How do the words protect us? How do words build us up? And how do words knock us down? Now remember, our words were given to us. I remember, I'm going to share this with you guys really quick. There was one word you never said to me as a kid. One word. Now, I had talked to my dad about this many times growing up, but there was one word you didn't call me. I'm a very peaceful person. I'm very loving most of the time. Marcy, don't start. I'm a very loving person. But the word was bitch. Don't call me a bitch. Now, I don't know exactly where I got this. I don't know if it was a TV show. I don't know if it was a teen sitcom. I don't know where I got this. But there was one word you didn't call me. And people thought, guys back in high school, I had a few walk up to me and just to see what I did when they called me the word. The word being bitch. And that is the only time that I would get physical. I know you probably guys are like, what the hell, Sarah? Back then, I had an attachment to the word bitch that brought me such anger and such fierceness that I would literally just pop, like that was it. Like literally, if a guy called me that, I would just pop, my shoulders would come up and I would just whop as hard as I could, right in the face. It brought such anger. It brought such fury to me. Really. And so finally I had to realize that it was somebody else's agreement about the word bitch. It was someone else's agreement, someone else's energy. It's a word, you guys. It's a word. It's letters. It has no power unless you give it power. So understand that you have just given yourself permission to be an asshole over a word. You have given yourself permission to get shitty, to get mean over a word. It's letters. There's no power here. And this is proof of what I'm trying to share with you guys today. We have been domesticated to think the word bitch is this horrible, terrible, disgusting, foul word that should not be said. Now, I'm not saying that I say bitch a lot unless I'm telling this story, which poor Helen just walked in on. But it is a word that is only some fucking letters, right? And it has power if we give it power. But in all due reality, y'all, it's an agreement. It has zero power. It's like me going 1, 1, 1. And you guys are like, Sarah, 1? And I go bitch. And you guys go, whoa. And I'm like 1. And you guys are like, 1 what? 1, 1. I'm like, cookie. You guys are all cookie. And then I'm like, yeah, bitch. And then you go, ah. It's a word. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the bitch talk. But here's the thing, guys. Overall, it's really important to understand that words are words, okay? It's words are words. It's power we give it. But let's talk about why we give words power. Because it's an agreement, all right? So the power of the word. Through the word, you express your creative power. It is through the word that you manifest everything. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent manifests through the word. everything you say you want, everything you say you don't want, everything you are participating verbally is a spell. When you speak, yes, Keely, they are. When you speak words are power when it comes to manifestation, but only if you give it the power. Our power of creation in this world is the word, because to express something or to share something with someone else, we use the word. We either talk something up and say, oh, it's beautiful, gorgeous, flashy, beautiful. Or we say it's ugly, it's torn, it's nasty, that stuff ain't right. We have words that can brighten the darkest day, and we have words that can bring down the most important day, because we have given those words power, because they are powerful, but only in what we choose to do with it. Go with me here. Don't run. We're just going to walk, because this is a hard one to catch. Now, I'm sure some of you are getting it, and some of you are going, Sarah, seriously, what the hell? This doesn't make any sense. But trust me, we're just practicing. We're just trying a little something new in our lives. Now, through the word, we manifest everything. We express our will, our intent, our love, our faith, which really are all the same thing. But of course, we have tons of words to express and explain everything, so that we feel more empowered, more educated. And if we have more words, we have more what? Honestly, guys, if we have words, what do we have? Any guesses? Any guesses? The more words we have for something to explain it, what do we have? Oh, I'm sure, Jason. Absolutely. Power. Abso-freaking-lutely. Power. If we have more, for knowers, yes, you guys are going to be like, I'm going to eat it up. It's knowledge. But we don't. We have power. We have power. With the word, we have power. And that we must understand. Each one of you is powerful. Get this through your head. Power. Your words hold power for everyone. I like that hot air. The great leaders of humanity have a lot of personal power because they have great faith. But their faith comes from their heart. Faith that comes from love instead of fear, and wisdom equates knowledge. So if we're in a place that's not of fear, just like Shane was saying, Shane was just saying, if we're not in fear, our faith is in love, which means our words and our actions will be of love. But if we are hurting because someone said bitch, and so now we get to attack because we have the power to harm. I have the word. You have the word. We both agree that faggot or asshole or bitch, all these things hurt because we agreed to it. We were probably about 12 or 11, 12 giggling behind a house with our friends going, shit, say it, say shit, say it, say shit. And we're all, oh, shit, oh my God, shit. But believe it or not, what did we feel when we said shit or ass or anything? Does that make sense? We felt powerful. We were saying the naughty words. We were saying the words that only adults say. We felt powerful. But what we didn't know what we were doing is we were chewing up and swallowing hate. You know, store it for later, just in case we need to be mean to somebody and throw a hell of a lot of power in someone's direction, right? So when we speak from a place of love, those words create more love. When we speak from a place of fear, creates more fear. Why? Because everything that comes out your mouth is a manifestation. What you say will occur. What you say is who you are. So many of us say, I am psychic medium Sarah Lemos. Well, what does that mean? I am psychic medium Sarah Lemos. People are like, oh, a psychic can do this. Oh, interesting. Now your name has a little bit more power to it. I'm also a medium. I talk to the dead. Okay. I don't know if I agree with that, but it gives you a little bit more power because now your name makes sense to me. So now it has power. Weird, right? Very weird. So the idea of I cannot do something is in the will, right? And the idea of thy will be done. Your will be done. What you guys choose to do is going to happen. Reality. This world does not make you. You make this world. Don't let anybody else tell you different. And if you feel like you have no power, take it back today and start here with your word. Be impeccable in your word. Understand that you have the power to burn, or you have the power to lift someone up in the tone that you say good morning. In the tone that you say, hey, you dropped that. In one sentence, I can harm, I can cut another. Or in one sentence, I can lift them up. I don't have to agree with everybody's politics right now. I'm not going to agree. Because honestly, what I want to have done, nobody else wants done. I just want to walk in the White House and just clean it out. So like what I want, whatever. But the reality is this where we can find it. You don't have to be the victim to your emotions. You do not have to be a victim to your emotions anymore. How? Sarah, I cry all the time. Ditto. But we don't have to give in to our emotions all the time. What we can choose to do is allow the knowledge and the wisdom of the word to bring us back. Now, here's the thing about the argument. We have a saying back home, the word, there is life, and in the word, there is death. That's the truth. Everything that we make, everything that we do is with the word. Now, most of you guys know that I very, very much preach this, that the brain's job is to find likeness. You guys were trained since a baby to find matching colors, matching numbers, match this, match the word with the picture. Here's the picture of the cat. Where's the word? I want you to match it. Do you understand how that was domestication? Do you understand that you were being controlled and domesticated? Can I get some thumbs up if that makes sense to you? If there's an understanding here that the entire time you have been being domesticated and they've been using the word against you. Does this make sense to you? The mastery of transformation, and that's where we're headed, is the process of unlearning what you have already learned. If you learn by making agreements, you unlearn by breaking the agreements. When you unlearn, that knowledge is no longer in your mind. If that information is no longer in your mind, then the voice of knowledge, the parasite in your head, is no longer there, telling you to swallow bullshit. Okay? So today, thank you for hanging out with me. You guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Please do share. We do have this amazing mask and hot pack that a dear friend of mine made. And I did post the Facebook page to like, the Facebook page to share, and then please put your name below it when you do that, because I want to enter you in. I want to see how many people are participating in this and are enjoying it. I think it's really important that we go out today. Watch your words. Watch your words. I like to cuss, but today I think I'm going to watch my words. Why? I have the opportunity to watch my words. I have the opportunity to use my words in a loving way or a harmful way. I'm also going to go ahead and question, what are some of my agreements around words? Why have I given the word bitch so much energy? Why did I give it so much thought? Why did I give it so much power? And do I really care anymore? I don't think so. I mean, I don't want you to call me it, but if you did, it wouldn't do anything to me anymore, which means I win. I win. The parasite in my head that used to tell me when someone called you a bitch, you are the lowest thing in this world. And when you're low like that, bad things happen to you. So I swallowed it, and my parasite got big. Big old fat, juicy parasite, nibbling at my emotions. So what do I know? I know that I can bring that power back, that you can't shake my mind by calling me a bitch anymore. It's kind of great. You can't store me, you can't scare me with certain words anymore. You can't try to overpower me. You can't, it won't work, because honestly, there's not going to be an emotional flux with me. I'm not going to be emotionally upset. I'm not going to all of a sudden be like, oh, you think I'm that? Let me prove to you I'm not. Whoa. The brain finds likeness. We start looking for things that are like. We hold on to it. We're like, yes, I must be this because look, she called me it and they called me it. But why hand that power over to anybody? My brain's job is to find likeness. Oh, I see. He called me a bitch, and I totally am scum because I can't even bend over and touch my toes or whatever. All of a sudden, my brain starts going, I have to agree with this parasite. Why do I have to agree with what you say? Because my entire life, I've been being told what to do. My entire life, I've been told what to think. My whole life. So have you. We're not alone in this, you guys. What I'm saying is break your agreements. Decide who you are today. Order the 4 agreements on Amazon. Thank you for the lesson, Sarah. Sounds great to me. Wonderful. Good stuff, guys. Hopefully you liked hanging out with me today, talking about the power of the word. Take your power back. Decide what words send out love. Watch other people's reaction to your word. Maybe even how you speak your word. Where's your tone at? Why is it there? Do you need to sound bigger than somebody else? Do you need to feel stronger? How come? How come you have to prove something today? Just because someone's word was said doesn't mean it's fact. Just because someone's word was said doesn't mean you need to sit there and figure out how it really, oh, it's true. Sarah, your eyes are blue. No, they're not. Someone can tell me my eyes are blue all day long. My eyes are not blue, guys. They're green. My eyes are green. You can argue with me, but for some reason, if you called me a bitch, I wouldn't argue with you. I would start looking at where I actually was doing it and start believing it and start swallowing your word. But it's not my reality. I'm sorry, it's not. I had somebody actually come to me and say I was in my ego, that I was egotistical, that I am, and it hurts so bad, that I was egotistical, that I think that I'm better than people. Whoa. And I bawled my eyes out. My eyes were swollen because someone said to me, Sarah, you're egotistical. You're in your ego. You think you're all this. You think you're all that. You're not. Just so we're clear, you're not. And you're in your ego. And it felt like a truck hit me because immediately, because I am in the spotlight, if you will, I don't want to come across egotistical. Many people don't feel that way about me, but it freaked me out. And immediately my brain said, I'm going to swallow that. I'm going to agree to that because someone else in power handed it to me and said, here's your truth. I'm going to tell you what I think you are. Here, hold this for me. Now hold it and don't drop it. And hold it until you believe it. Because I'm going to need you to hold it until you believe it. And I did. I held it. I cried. I looked at my life and I still couldn't find out where this was coming from. I still can't figure out where this came from. But in all due reality, it gave me a minute to look at my behaviors and actions. But yes, boss bitch. So my point is, guys, is you don't have to swallow what someone else gives you. But if you're already scared, if you're already in fear that you might be doing that, or you're scared that you might be ugly, or you're scared that you might be stupid, you're scared that you might not be good enough for this guy, you're scared that you're not going to be good enough for this girl, you're scared you're not good enough for this job, parasites in your head. Because at some point, someone said, you're not good enough, and you guys listened. You agreed. Someone said you're fat and you agreed. Someone said you're stupid and you agreed. And ever since, that parasite has been making you so hungry for the proof. So anytime someone somewhat little bit, tiny little bit sprinkles during your day, something that proves that they're right. No, they're not right. Your brain is doing its job. Your brain is finding likeness. Just because somebody says you're ugly doesn't mean it's true. Somebody tells me that I'm in my ego. It doesn't mean it's true. That means they used the word. They threw the word at me. And sadly, instead of stopping and just saying, hey, this word doesn't work for me and I don't agree with you. I simply don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. I don't agree that I'm egotistical. I agree I have an ego because it keeps me alive, but I don't agree that I'm egotistical and I don't think I'm better than anyone else. So why would I argue that? So I put it down. Does that make sense? Hopefully this made sense, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today. I'm so glad most of you have been hanging out with me here on Mystic Mornings. Like I said, we